What's good, everybody? It's your boy Big Zach 617. Woke to the World podcast and TV. Today we are here at episode 10 with my man DJ Totally Trav.
Number 10. Yes, where do we begin? Yeah, what up?
How are you doing, my G?
Chilling.
Yeah?
Yeah, buddy. Pulling double duty, podcasting and then live radio casting, so I'm doing it all.
Hell yeah, man.
Trying to make it happen.
For sure. Let's dive right into it, as far as, tell me a little bit about, the whole thing that you're doing with, the radio casting and stuff.
So, actually, I'm doing it right after this on Saturday nights, 9 to 10. I do a live radio show at Northeastern University, right down the street. It's on 104.9 FM. From 9 to 10 p.m., I do a show called Random Banter Radio. I'm the host. I have a DJ, and every now and then I'll have some guests. I know local hip-hop artists, graffiti artists, guys like this man. So I have guests on, and what they do is they pretty much explain what they do within the city so that the college kids can get some knowledge of what's really going on in the city. So what I usually do is I'll play some music. Also, I'll talk about random topics that are going on in the world in the city. So things like that I try to do for the people, and I do that from 9 to 10 p.m. 104.9 FM Saturday nights. wrbradio.org/listen live, and you can get in on the randomness. And you can also call in too, 617-373-2658. If you want to just call, give your shout outs, and you have a random story and you just want to say what's up, you can do all that. Myself and my DJ usually are on there just chilling. So
nice.
Shout out to Northeastern.
Sweet, yeah. Shout out to Northeastern. I know they recently tore down their stadium, Matthews Arena.
They did.
There,
And there's a bar over there. It used to be called Our House East back in the day. It was then called, I forgot what it was called now. Two Saints.
Yeah.
They recently closed as well too. That bar was a staple I'm telling you, that's the bar. It was like a little dive bar right in the heart of Northeastern. You go there real quick. I used to go there before my radio show, get a little nice, and then proceed to do my thing. So shout out to them. No longer in existence. We're losing all the good spots,
We are. It's ridiculous.
I gotta find new spots, otherwise I'm gonna be stuck in the house.
I know, it's ridiculous. We're losing venues left and right.
Oh, man.
There's hardly any venues to go to.
Especially when you get older.
All these artists are going out to Rhode Island and stuff,
That's
but it's
what I'm
Rhode Island's.
It's all right.
I'm not crazy about Rhode Island as far as they have some nice venues, but for me personally, every time I've gone to Rhode Island, the security's a lot more feely than they are here.
Big time. Rhode Island's okay, but we need more stuff to be here because that way we can stay and represent locally. That's the big thing about it. Especially as you get older too, we don't have a lot of places. You know what I mean? For the older people to go and do things, so it makes it tougher for us as we get older to try to find spots to do things. But there are events like comedy shows and things of that nature that are coming up. So, those things that we can catch as we get older. So I guess those are some things. But, we need lounges and hangout spots for us older people. We can watch playoff games, you know what I mean? Because this is playoff season. Imagine having a lounge for us older people to go watch playoff games and just chill out, you know what I mean? Things of that nature. So if they had things like that, I'm telling you, the city would be a lot more liver. And they could also make the night go a little bit longer because the 1 o'clock ain't cutting it. Or even, does it even go to 2 o'clock? I don't even think, right? I think it's 1 o'clock.
I think it's 1 o'clock in Boston, but I think it's
some spots might go too.
I know in Cambridge it's 2 or 3 o'clock.
Yeah, they need to go. They need to go. I wouldn't say New York hours because New York, they ain't sleeping. I would say at least go to 4 in the morning because then you give an hour reprieve and you give the tea a chance to get itself going back at 5. You know what I mean? So I would say.
Think the whole hour, the MBTA needs a lot more time in that sense. The MBTA is a mess in that sense.
Yeah, in that regard. So I guess you're right.
I would have to say
3.
4, 4 maybe.
I would say 3. Could you give them 2 hours? Give you guys 2 hours to get yourself together. That's what they. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I do agree with you. The MBTA definitely needs to get it together.
Right.
Especially because they're gonna be we're hosting the World Cup here in Boston.
Yeah.
So it's going to be crazy. The transit's gonna be wild. There's gonna be so many people traveling everywhere.
Facts.
It's gonna be upcoming this year is the celebration of 250th year of
Yeah,
America.
the Boston tall ships are coming.
So it's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be pretty hectic here in Boston.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be, and so they gotta make sure the MBTA is ready for this.
Yeah, you know, when I was reading something really recently about like the infrastructure of when like Salt Lake City hosted the Olympics and how they got like a huge grant to like upgrade their transit system, and like now their transit system is like booming, and it's just like we look at ours and it's just like we can use one of those grants right now, but there's so many of those problems.
The funniest thing is they'll be like, yeah, we got brand new MBTA trains, but you don't know the secret. They're old MBTA trains that you just never seen before. They just bring them out as new. You know what I mean? Like, but they'll tell you they're new.
Right.
That's a little secret from me to you. You didn't hear that from me. I didn't say that.
Right.
That's what the MBTA is doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny.
I hear that, you know. The MBTA is all over the place, you know.
They got to get together though before the summer starts.
Yes, 100%. There's too many big events this summer.
Yeah, a lot.
Even like today, like I was at the Omni Parker House for an event earlier today, and when I came back, there was like a Japan festival going on
at the Commons, correct.
And then like there was also the Red Sox game earlier today.
Correct.
And there were so many people in the city, the Green Line's out.
Like, the majority. Yes, correct
so like
again.
Kenmore Square to like Copley.
It's
like super populated.
Yeah, that's right. That's so right. Yeah, that's right. They wiped out half the Green Line for the weekend. Like, guess what?
And I'm like, yo, how do you wipe out half the Green Line with a Red Sox game?
That's what I'm saying. Yo, they wipe out half the trains during the worst times. They be like, yeah, let's shut down the Red Line when we have the. You know what I mean? Like they'll do crazy things.
Right.
They got to get their act together in terms of like when they do stuff, because it's just like, come on, when you know there's gonna be busy weekends, you got to make sure the MBTA is running, because people are gonna be upset, especially if they're trying to get out of the Like right now, like you said, there's probably so many people out in the Copley area.
Right, there was.
Like when I leave Northeastern and go to that area, it's probably gonna be jumping.
Right. I've been working on like a.
I might stay outside just for that. That might have me outside after Northeastern. I'm like, hey, I know where the people are.
Right.
I got an inside track.
Right, 100%. You know, I've been working on like this like list on my phone that's like a cheat sheet of all the public alleys in Boston, and I'm trying to see on like which ones connect where to get to which parts of the city and shit.
I know a few public alleys. I don't know enough, but for me, I use public alleys for different reasons.
Yeah.
I gotta give props to public alleys because they are definitely handy for that, especially getting a cut real quick.
Yeah.
I like the public alleys for that. So
for sure.
That's a tip too. Public alleys are definitely good to get quickly through the city and for.
Facts.
Yeah, buddy.
I like to do it because you get like Boston's so small in that sense. It's just like we were at the Boston Public Gardens one second, and next second we're at the Mass Ave train station.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like we took like 3 alleys and we were there.
Mm-hmm.
So, been working on that for a while.
Nice.
And like I'm trying to go do as many of them as possible and be like, okay, this one connects to this.
It's
one,
gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good because the summertime will give you a good time to do that.
Right.
Yeah, so that'll be a good thing to do.
I'm like, I'm gonna document the whole thing.
Yeah, that'll be a good
thing to do.
And then
after I document the whole thing, I'm gonna sell it to a Boston historian or something like that.
That's actually kind of smart. You can shop it. You can shop it around. Be like, yo, if someone needs to know
All right.
You can definitely do that. That's a smart move.
Hell yeah.
Did you see the Celtics game yesterday?
What?
You see the Celtics game?
I did. You know.
I will say this. I'm glad Tatum's back.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to rush back, but him coming back, I'm not gonna lie, the league should be scared.
Yeah.
They needed to be scared. Yo, last night was wild. That game, the playoffs, I have to admit, they've been very physical. I've been watching a lot of playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of physicality, and the referee's going to let a lot of stuff slide, but a lot of stuff. And what's going on is they're finally calling offensive fouls a little bit more, because a lot of these players, what they're doing is when they're going to the hole, they're using their forearm, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can use your forearm. It's not illegal. But once you either extend or like act like you mean, that's an offensive foul. And all these guards that when they go to the hole, they do that. SGA, Jaylen Brown, a bunch of these guards do that. And also what they'll do, if they don't do that, and if you're still sticking them, they'll throw a little like thing and hit you in your, in your ribs.
Right.
That'll get you off them, and then they got a jumper. So now the refs are starting to call that stuff. So it's very good, but a lot of these guards, I mean, especially SGA and I have to admit, Jaylen Brown does it a lot too. So I don't want to nitpick. I like Jaylen Brown, but he gets away with that.
Yeah, he does.
He goes to the hole, he'll dislodge you. You can't dislodge a defender when they're defending you. The defender has every right, but you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and I know basketball, so that's why I say stuff like that.
Who do you think's going to be MVP?
Oh, the MVP of the league is SGA.
Yeah.
He's the MVP of the league. That's not a question. Only person that could have challenged him was Luka. But
Wemby?
No, well.
Put Wemby in the comment?
Yeah, but. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, Wemby, but I don't think he's gonna beat SGA. He'd probably be third because Luka led the league in scoring. Mm-hmm. So he's got to be up there. Mm. And some of the shots Luka takes and makes is crazy. But Wemby is an alien.
Yeah.
And he does.
I won fantasy basketball this year with Wemby.
Oh, man.
The final championship.
I can believe it. Yeah,
he
Wemby
dropped 75, 74, and 76.
Oh, man.
As far as just like
points and everything, overall everything. Yeah, Wemby, he does everything. Wemby is. But one thing Wemby needs to work on is bulking. I mean, I know tall people, it's hard to bulk up, but if he bulks up a little bit more, he can take more of those hits.
Right.
And absorb more of that contact. And what's happening is
he's so gigantic.
He's so gigantic.
Skinny.
And they have to. And what's going on is they're not putting their top centers on Wemby. Mm-hmm. Wemby's being stuck by guards like me and you. You know what I mean? And what's going on is those guards, all they're doing is because he's so like slender and whatever, they're just getting up in his airspace. Yeah. And so it's hard for him to like dislodge him because you know what I mean. So like if he gets a little bit more, you know what I mean, muscle and like bigger, they won't be able to do that. They'll have to put like a big center on him. He'll just torch that dude.
100%.
So what's going on is like Drew Holiday should not be sticking Wemby. But guess who's sticking?
100%.
But guess who's sticking Wemby? Drew Holiday. And you're looking at it like, how Drew Holiday? And then but you're looking at Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday in his airspace, like I'm in your face like Mace. You know what I mean? Like going crazy. So. It's things like that. Like if Wemby can get more power and strength, like he'll dislodge someone like that dude easily. Then you have to put like a Sengun, or you have to put somebody on, and then he'll just torch those dudes because he can shoot. Right. So once they figured out San Antonio's gonna be great, but San Antonio needs a real lot. So their point guard situation is weird. Yeah. Like is Castle really their point guard? But he's not really a point guard. But he's a point guard. But he's not really a point guard. But he's a point guard. You know what I mean? It's weird, but
100%.
But San Antonio's nice though. Yeah. They're the only ones that can give OKC trouble. Yeah. Phoenix is about to get eliminated. They just lost today. Mm-hmm. But how about this one? Orlando's giving Detroit some problems. Yeah. They won today. They're up 2-1. And Atlanta's giving New York some problems too. This is good for the Celtics. But Cleveland is about to handle Toronto too. So, but this is good for the Celtics though, because if the Celtics can dislodge Philadelphia real quick, I'm telling you, Atlanta, New York might go 7 games, and that'll be good for us because Atlanta will be New York will be beaten up if they beat Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So we'll be able to get New York. So I think it benefits us. Yeah. And you want Orlando to take Detroit to a limit too, because you want Detroit to get some bumps and bruises along the way too, should they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So right. These are things you want to happen if you're a Celtics fan. If you're a Celtics fan, we need to get rid of Philadelphia real quick. Be like, all right. You know what? Before Embiid comes back. If Embiid comes back, then they might try to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If Embiid comes back, then it might be a little problem. I can't lie, because Embiid is going to torch our centers. Mm-hmm. Our centers cannot stick him. Not one of them. No one. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. That's if Embiid comes back. If he doesn't come back, we should dislodge him in 5, maybe 6. They might win one more game, but they should be going in the next 2 games.
I thought in game 2 we took the foot off the gas. We beat them. We beat the brakes off. Game
2, they hit their threes, and we didn't. We missed 37 3-point. Like that's. I'm not gonna lie. That's a lot of 3-pointers to miss. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Facts.
How do you miss 37 3-pointer? I'm like, that's crazy. And Derek White's not playing good.
Yeah, he's not. He's been awful all year.
So
he hasn't been playing.
Yeah, Derek White.
His best.
Our bench is good.
I remember last year there was some kind of stat. It was like Peyton Pritchard and Derek White had like a higher 3-point percentage than like the Splash Brothers did.
Yeah, at one point. But yeah, Derek White's going. But he's playing good defense though.
Yeah.
But they got to play to do Shireman more and Luka Garza more. Because Luka Garza can spread the floor just like Vucevic. Because Vucevic, I don't know, he's all right, but he could be better too.
Mm-hmm.
And Kada, the thing about Kada is a good pick and roll thing. He's not going to give you any other offense other than that. He'll get some blocks and some rebounds, but he'll get you foul trouble too. And as you're starting to, like when he sees real centers now, it's foul trouble.
Mm.
And Vucevic too, foul trouble.
Right.
It's like, oh.
I like Kato a lot.
I like Kato. He's really good on the pick and roll. Really, really good on and he sets mean screens. Like he messes dudes up.
Yeah, he had a couple of huge rebounding games. I remember he had a 22 rebound game this year.
That's what I'm saying.
It was ridiculous.
What about the Bruins?
Yikes.
I still think they're going to win the series.
You think Buffalo's just going to collapse like that?
Yeah, I think that our offense is finally going to wake up at some point because our goalie's been saving our butt. Like, this could be a lot worse. The Deuce Swayman is nice. It could be a lot worse. The Deuce Swayman, our power play has been terrible, and our offense, and our first line, is that what they call first line?
Yeah.
Our first line has been horrible. If your fourth line is doing the most work, that's not good in hockey. At least I know that. If your fourth line is doing the most work, that's not good.
That's terrible.
Like you need your first, second. You need your first line. The Pasta dude is on the first line. He needs to.
Yeah, the way I honestly feel about them, I feel like the team is a whole bunch of third and fourth liners, with Pasternak being that exception.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
Our core players aren't big name players anymore. Like we have McAvoy, we have Pasternak, we have Swayman. I can't really name you too many other players on there. Before I can name you all 18 players on the Bruins, I can maybe name you 6 right now.
I agree with that statement. Yeah, I agree. They definitely need some more talent. I can't lie. Boston sports in general, we got to attract more talent. The Red Sox need bats. Oh my God, we need Jesus. But
shit, we scored more fucking runs in the 9th inning of today's game than the last 8 games that we've played.
We were on a 20-game streak of not having a multi-homer game. We finally broke out of that. It took a dude from their bullpen pitching for us to do that. That's how bad we got. But we crushed the Orioles, but we were supposed to because they sent some dude from their outfield in the pitch, and we scored 1,000 runs on this dude. It was wild. They was home run. I was like, oh, I was watching that too.
I didn't see the game. I saw the result.
Oh, I seen it. I happened to. It was the 9th inning, and they were like, Baltimore is losing, so they're gonna put in their little whatever dude. Dude came in.
Did they run out of bullpen?
No. They did. They just put this dude. They were losing. They weren't gonna win this game. They were losing it was 12-0. It was something to nothing, something to 1 or something. And so they knew it was over. It was top of the 9th. They're so they put in. They're so they know. So this dude came in. He was throwing some strikes, but he was throwing 30-mile-per-hour strikes. Then he let one go. Red Sox dude said, "Pow!" Everyone was like, "Uh-oh!" And then he walked the next dude. Next dude came up, pow!
That's insane. Yeah.
It was wild. It was wild. Fair. It was hilarious. It was funny. It was funny. But yeah, we need to attract some big names here in Boston. But what about your homie Vrabel? Should we talk about the elephant in the room?
According to ESPN, 23 minutes ago, the Boston Red Sox have fired Alex Cora.
Whoa!
That's kind of huge.
He got fired.
Whoa!
We were wondering if that was gonna happen. Whoa!
That's.
Yo!
Wow.
Dude, they bashed the Orioles 17-1, and then he gets fired.
That's crazy.
Yo.
Man. That's
on the
insane.
road too. Yo, he's
Right.
like, on the road. So he has to come back with the team fired.
That's crazy.
Isn't that messed up?
Yeah.
Yo, imagine coming back on a team bus and you're fired.
They also
That's
fired
awkward.
their hitting coach.
Oh, double whammy, done. Yo, how wild is that? Like, yo, imagine getting
That
fired
is
on the
nice.
road and you got to come back with the team. Yo, that's the most awkward plane or bus ride ever. Yo, the player, if I'm a player, I'm looking at him like, dang. That, yo, I can't lie, that's wild. They couldn't fire him when they were in Boston?
That's insane.
Dang, they're coming back from Maryland and he's on the bus or plane fired. You don't think he's throwing stuff?
That's crazy.
On the bus?
Man.
Hitting people? On the bus? On the plane? Oh, man. I'd be salted. Wow.
I'm devastated.
That's breaking news right now. That's going to be all over the weekend news. That's breaking.
Right.
That's breaking news.
Holy shit. We just reported that on Woke.
You heard that. That's
like
exclusive.
Holy shit.
You just heard that right now.
Like,
Woke to the World got the exclusive. Alex Cora. Snip, snip, snip.
That's crazy.
Bye-bye.
Man. I always loved Alex Cora. He was a great
I liked him.
For us, it's Brenslow's fault, bro.
Yeah, Breslow.
Breslow is garbage.
Yeah,
he
garbage.
does not know how to operate a team.
No.
Who's Caleb Durbin?
Yo, they supposedly brought back Theo Epstein as like some kind of thing, but they should have just let him run the whole team again.
Right.
I don't understand. They brought him back as something of like an advisor. It's like, yo, advise him to get back on and run the team because he knows what he's doing.
They're saying that Veritek's going to take over as the manager right now.
He has to. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Veritek, huh?
Yeah. All these Red Sox fans are going to be like, oh, Veritek's the guy. And the reality is we've said that for years and years and years. And Veritek had stated previously that he didn't want to be that guy.
Well, now
Several times now he is that guy.
That guy.
Now I want to see if Red Sox fans get behind him the same way again, because now you have to keep that same energy.
Yeah, keep that same energy. When you guys wanted him, you got him.
If you wanted Jason Veritek that badly as your manager, here you are.
Sit down.
Yes, we're at the bottom of the league right now, but
yeah, you got to keep that energy and see if you guys and him can bring it up.
When we first started last year, we were in a similar situation.
Yeah, true.
And then by the time my birthday came around in June, we traded Rafael Devers, and we were on like a massive streak at that point.
Yeah,
we were going.
Yeah, we made the playoffs and everything.
Yeah.
We even beat the Yankees in Game 1 and then just lost after that. But yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Now we're getting shellacked by the Yankees.
Right.
3-game series.
To the point where their fans are overtaking our fans in the crowd. It's not good.
And it's not.
It's not good.
It's terrible in that sense.
All right.
So we gonna address the elephant in the room with Vrabel. Yes. That's
my only thing about Vrabel in that situation is him and the chick could have kind of avoided this, or at least it could have went. You know what I mean? It would have went longer if you know when this thing first came out. They were both like, "This is laughable." Blah. I mean, they were saying if they kept that story, you know what I mean? Like people would have probably not dug super deep, but people would have dug, but they were keeping that story. But then a couple of days later, the chick resigns from her job.
Yeah.
Once the chick resigned from her job, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then, right before the draft, Vrabel has to have a press conference. Why do you need to have a press conference, player? What do we need to know? Like, we don't. Like,
well, he hadn't addressed the media until that point.
That's what I'm saying.
At that point, it was just like, okay, like if he doesn't, the longer he doesn't address the media, the longer it's going to drag out.
Yeah.
So he thought that would be kind of swept under the rug if he addressed the media, but at the same point in time, like he's not here. He wasn't here the last 2 days. The draft because he's seeking counseling right now.
Yeah. Just when the chick resigned from her job 2 days after saying, I mean, like them deny.
Right.
That's when you have to be like, oh, something was up. And sure enough, they started digging.
Facts.
Caught pictures of them, you know what I mean? When he was in Tennessee and blah, you know what I mean? They even have pictures of them kissing.
Yeah.
Holding, you know what I mean? So, I mean, my whole thing is, this has nothing to do with him as an NFL coach. So it's good the NFL's not investigating, and they shouldn't. We, as fans, it shouldn't concern us because it has nothing to do with us. It's between Vrabel and his wife. Mm-hmm. We're judging him on being the coach, and we want him to be the coach. But he put himself in a situation where he could not be our coach.
He might have. He may have jeopardized things.
And then that's where it's gonna mess up with the fans because like, oh man, we got Vrabel, he just took us to the Super Bowl, good coach, and then he does this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so he kind of.
But he
put the fans in a weird spot.
Super Bowls and scandals is what the New England Patriots is all about, though. Like,
because I mean, if we got to get a new coach.
Probably Sean McDermott.
You know what I mean? That's not. I mean, it's gonna be good and bad, but then it's just like Drake May's got to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everybody's got to deal with a whole new.
Mm-hmm. We get a new coach, we probably getting a whole new coaching staff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So everything. That's the whole thing. Now everything shifts and changes.
Now that we finally got Drake May into.
That's what I'm saying.
Josh McDaniel's system.
That's the whole thing.
We're not making Josh McDaniels the head
Josh
coach
McDaniels
again.
will not be the head coach.
No.
And if someone comes that he don't like as the head coach, he might leave as offensive coordinator. Then it messes up Drake May because he has to get another offense. So like the domino effects of this thing is going to affect the team, and it's not good. But again, we're not here to judge Vrabel on his life because again, that's between him. I don't understand how you get these high profile things and want to have discretions on your other half. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would you do that? You're living the life.
Right.
What make? I mean, like, what could you possibly? Is there something missing? You know what I mean? Like, what's missing in the life that you're living? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't get it.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Like, if I'm living life, nice wife, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm living a life, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not jeopardizing none of that. Like, you know what I mean? Chicks be like, oh, I love you, Snoop. I'm like, no. I'm like, you ain't messing up none of this. But I'm keeping, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't even touching the chick the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that. That's you know what I mean? Like, when you're in a situation like that, you know what I mean? Like Tupac saying, all eyes on me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's real. Mm-hmm. It's real. All eyes are on you. Like, those are situations, especially if you're big-time coaches, and come on, man. But
facts.
We'll see how it plays out because it's going to affect the team one way or other because whether they want to hear it or not, the players are going to be asked, how does this Vrabel thing affect you? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to hear it, even though they don't want to hear it. And then if he does wind up stepping down, they're going to have to get new coaches. You know what I mean? Everything's going to shift and change, and it's going to
go into another drought.
Right. So things could change.
Hoping not, you know.
Just be prepared for that, folks, but hopefully things don't change and Vrabel's able to get through this. I mean, he has a sympathetic owner in Kraft because Kraft has done his things behind. I mean, so you know what I mean? So Kraft is sympathetic, you feel me? You got a sympathetic owner, so you got to give him, you know what I mean? Like, he's got that on his side. The one thing you got on his side, you got a sympathetic owner who's going to be like, I'll ride with you, homie, because I got some indiscretions too. You know what I mean? You got a homie, you got an owner with indiscretions too. So that's two indiscretion riders, you know what I mean? They're going to ride. I'll ride with you, homie.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Like seriously.
That's crazy.
Like seriously. So, we'll see how that plays out.
Right.
Oh, WWE. Do you hear about all the releases?
Yeah. 24 of them, huh?
All right. The Wyatt 6 got released because they only had one storyline, and that was with the MFTs, and how many, you can't run that forever.
Right.
And they could have been creative with, they could have the Wyatt 6 like causing mayhem within the SmackDown thing if they did it right.
Right.
But they didn't know how to use it. I mean, they didn't use the Wyatt 6 properly. So that's that. Kairi Sane shouldn't have got let go because she was about to break free from Asuka. Yeah. And the whole Io Sky thing, and they could have had. You know what I mean, so
I agree with that.
That made no sense.
I was just like, damn.
That made no sense.
It made no sense.
Alba Fire shouldn't have got released because she was the Secret Service of Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
So that made no sense.
Yeah, and then Aleister Black.
Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. From what I'm hearing, Aleister Black didn't like losing the people. He didn't want to take pins.
Like losing people.
Yeah, he didn't want to take the pins. So I mean,
he comes here and becomes a jobber.
Yeah, he's half and half. But I mean, the thing is, the rumor was he was supposed to be the person that Randy Orton was talking to on the phone, and not Pat McAfee. But Pat McAfee got put in the story because of the ownership of TKO.
Yeah.
The ownership of TKO vetoes a lot of stuff that Triple H does, and they want celebrities in that Cody Rhodes Orton match. That's why Jelly Rolls was in there. Like they made no deal. And what happened now is Pat McAfee was getting backlash for being he had them write him out of the storyline because he didn't want to be in the storyline anymore. That's why he got RKO'd by Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Like, he knew they were like, the storyline's stupid. Like, they remember the Rock storyline?
Yeah.
Yo, this is the same thing. Like, they messed up storylines twice with Cody Rhodes because TKO wants to stick their nose in it. Like, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes have a history. They already have a story. Why are you going to stick in Jelly Roll? Who the heck is Jelly Roll? Why are you going to stick in Pat McAfee?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Orton and Rhodes have a history from years. They were legacy.
Right.
You have a storyline there. And rumor has it that Randy Orton was going to win the WWE Championship.
I honestly think Randy Orton doesn't have it anymore. I think he's a little on the rusty side, and his back.
I think that he has one more run in him. I think they should give him the title one more time. He holds it for like 1 or 2 pay-per-views, and then he's out. You give him a championship run, but it's not a long one. Like you give him like
a Cena run.
Yo, no, a Drew McIntyre run. How long did Drew McIntyre hold that belt? Not long, right?
No.
Exactly. So you give Randy Orton a same title run as Drew McIntyre. And you can even have Cody Rhodes beat him for it again if you want. Or you can have someone, you know what I mean, like you.
Yeah. I can see
you
that.
could do that.
Yeah.
You could have had Randy Orton win at WrestleMania, right? And Cody Rhodes get his lick back at SummerSlam. Because then SummerSlam, you're gonna get Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. And then you'll have Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton too. Like you know what I mean? Like those are 2 big main events for SummerSlam. Oh yeah, because Gunther told Paul Heyman, "You owe me a favor," and he's gonna say, "My favor is I want you to bring the Beast out of retirement for one final match at SummerSlam in Minnesota, where Brock Lesnar is a legend, and that's gonna bring out Brock Lesnar." So guys, Brock Lesnar is done, yes, but Paul Heyman is gonna make that call. And Brock Lesnar's going to have one more match at SummerSlam.
I like to believe that it's
going to happen.
That he's retired.
It's going to happen.
He's
going to have one more match. Just like AJ Styles is probably going to have one more match. He's not done. AJ Styles is going to wrestle on TNA. He's going to wrestle on TNA. He's going to show up on TNA. Watch.
Yeah.
Frankie Kazarian is going to become their champion. And then AJ Styles is going to show up and beat Frankie Kazarian. The champion is Mike Santana, right? Kazarian is about to win. Kazarian is going to win that title, or the dude Dolph Ziggler or Nick Nemeth, whatever. One of them's going to win a title, but AJ Styles is coming back to TNA because he's a legend there. He's a legend there. So I think he's going to have one mini run there, and then he's going to win a championship. And you got to think about it. TNA gets him back in the WWE through NXT.
Right.
But NXT had a lot of call-ups too. They called up Ethan Page. They called up the chicks.
Sol Ruka.
They called up the chicks from Legacy.
They dominated. They put half the women's division
they called up them. They called up Javon Evans, who's nice.
Yeah.
Ethan Page, they called up. No, they kept Ricky Saints there, but yeah, NXT lost a lot of big players. NXT's got to build their roster up. NXT is kind of, Triple H came down there and was like, give me him, give me her, give me him. Shawn Michaels like, what the? Yeah, right. He did Shawn Michaels dirty. And then he cuts all those people. He cut Santos Escobar.
Yeah.
But and Santos Escobar, you could have used him in AAA, Mexico. Like these. My whole thing is, whoever is WWE creative, if I knew who they were, I would go in there, right? And I would super kick the crap out of them, and I would take their job. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, let me do what you're doing, because I definitely can do this. You know what I mean? Like I can't lie. I think I could be the creative person. Yo, and the thing is, I would use the roster. Like, yo, each Raw and SmackDown have 3. Yo, you give me 3 hours, I can make use of a whole roster in 3 hours. Like, I guarantee you, like, people have something to do. You know what I mean? Like, I would make people do. Like, I would have people doing stuff.
One of the things that I heard about, like, WrestleMania that I mentioned, like, last week's episode was that a lot of the superstars got left off. Not only because of the celebrities and everything,
that's what I'm saying.
A lot of them got left off due to licensing of their music.
Ooh.
That's what I heard. So that's why a lot of those particular ones didn't have, because I think it has to do with, like, having your music be played in a stadium setting rather than having it be played in an arena.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because it's different. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
your girl Tiffy Time, she won last night. She got the U.S. title. For me, they don't know how to use Julia. They're using her.
Right.
They don't know what. Julia is nice. Like. Nice. Like, I think she should be on Raw fighting for the Intercontinental title, not the U.S. title. They need to trade Julia for... Let's see. Who can make this trade? Because Julia fighting for the Intercontinental title. Yo, trade Julia for the chick that Becky Lynch had, that was, that Natalia was training.
Lyra.
No. She's kind of tall. Blonde hair. She was in Alpha Academy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I can't think of.
Yeah, if I knew her name, trade Julia for her.
Alpha Academy.
Trade Julia for her. That's what I would trade for. That's what I would do. Oh, what's her name?
Right now.
Man, she's the blonde chick. She was in Alpha Academy. Oh, dang, what's her name?
Maxine Dupree.
There we go. You trade Julia for Maxine Dupree. That's a perfect trade. Because Maxine Dupree can jump in the U.S. title scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Julia jumping in the Continental title scene.
I saw it, like, recently on NXT, but I really want to see it in, like, the big leagues now. I want to see Tiffy Time versus Sol Ruca.
So, yeah, I think that's going to happen. I think Sol Ruca, she got called. Yeah, Sol Ruca's up.
Yeah.
She's up. Yeah, she challenged.
That's definitely a match.
She fought Liv Morgan on Monday.
Yeah. And that move, the Soul Snatch, how she goes up.
That's one of the best moves in wrestling right now.
Right. When I first saw Sol Ruca, like, wrestle, I was just like, wow, like, this chick's like the new modern day Lita. Yeah.
Sol Ruca is Lita. She's Lita in the future. She's the future. Yeah, she was Lita would be in the future, which is now.
Right.
But I think they're about to have an interesting storyline develop with the Brie Bella, Paige, AJ Lee, and Nikki Bella. I think they're going to do them versus Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Becky Lynch, and whoever, whatever. You know what I mean? They're about to do about to have a storyline about the old guard versus the new guard.
Right.
Because, the Bella twins, her and Paige are the tag team champions.
Right.
I mean, it's cool, but I mean...
The Bellas were going to win either way, but Nikki obviously couldn't wrestle. Yeah, and then they were like, hey, we're going to bring in Paige. Everything's going to boom. And look what happened.
The women's tag team is weird because it just feels like WWE just slaps tag teams together. Like, let's just tag you and you and see what I mean. Like, I feel like they don't respect the tag team. Division in WWE, like they don't. It's like they're making a sloppy sandwich. Like, yo, just slap some. You know what I mean? Slap.
They don't respect that. I was saying that a while ago. Like, tag team has really died out.
Yeah,
like,
they don't respect.
We were like maybe. A lot of us were really spoiled for tag teams. We had the Dudley Boys.
That's what I'm saying.
The Hardy Boys.
Like tag team wrestling. I feel like AEW kind of respects it more than WWE.
Yeah.
WWE just, because like
Damian Priest and R-Truth should not be champions right now. I'm sorry.
And they shouldn't.
I love both of them.
They shouldn't have got rid of the Motor City Machine Guns. They used them improperly too. Motor City Machine Guns about to go to AEW.
Street Profits being gone for so long and then showing back up on the scene.
The Motor City Machine Guns about to go to AEW, and they're about to be in the hunt. They're going to be in the hunt for the tag team championships right when they get there. Watch.
I can definitely see.
That's about to go down. Watch. So, the dude Tommaso Ciampa left WWE, and he immediately when he got to AEW, he got a heavyweight title shot on Monday.
Right.
Bro, and he almost beat Darby.
Right.
Tommaso Ciampa was doing no work in WWE. He goes to AEW and got a heavyweight title shot.
Craziness. Absolutely crazy.
That's wild.
What you think about Darby as champ right now?
That dude's gonna die. He's wild. He really is. He's gonna die. Like, I'm not mad at your champion, but you're crazy. He's crazy.
Right. He makes Jeff Hardy look sane.
He's wild. Like, dude, he's insane. Like, he's insane. Oh man, Brody King is gonna beat the ever living hell. Oh man, but he's gonna beat Brody King. But he's gonna beat Darby's gonna be one of those champions that you're gonna be like, how's he surviving these car crashes? You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be Darby. Like he's surviving every car crash.
That's how people are anyway.
Yeah.
Darby. They're just
it's wild.
Dude, how are you?
It's wild.
Like,
I'm not mad at Darby. He's a good champion.
I remember I was watching I think Devon Dudley's YouTube channel, and it was like a video of him like reacting to like some of like the biggest bumps, like craziest bumps in like the industry. And one of them was Darby Allin doing the jump from the ladder onto that panel of glass. And then Devon's like, dude, I have no idea. Like he talked to Darby afterwards. He's like, dude, like how are you not dead?
Yeah.
Because like that was not sugar glass.
That's what I'm saying. Darby's
wild. And he was like, bro, like he was like, I felt glass shards like in my rib cage and stuff like during that time period. It's just like, bro, I cannot imagine.
See, my whole thing is I think he might not lose the belt, but he might have to vacate the belt because he's so beat up. I think he's gonna be so beat up. He's like, I have to really. I mean, like that's what's gonna happen with Darby.
The thing about him is he loves taking bumps.
That's the craziest thing about it. He won't quit.
He loves it, bro. He's like, you're gonna toss me right out of the ring onto the cement floor. Go for it.
He won't quit.
Throw me so I can hit my head off of the steel plate on the outside. That's what Darby Allin.
When Darby dives at people, Darby dives at people like he dives at people like he's a human long dart. You know what I mean? Like, that's how he dives. Like he don't dive like, you know what I mean, like classy, like with a flip. He dive at you like he's trying to like react like a bullet.
Right.
100%. But I'm not mad.
No, man.
CM Punk losing to Roman Reigns. We all knew that was gonna happen, but now. Roman Reigns is going to fight in a couple of weeks, so that's not too bad. But the thing is, now is the title going to be held hostage again?
I think
You think he's going to be wrestling more often? Well, I mean, he wrestles in a couple of weeks, so that is kind of soon, which is good. But it's
I think he's back a little bit more actively because from what I was hearing before WrestleMania is that Roman's contract was coming up for expiration. And that I was just like, it doesn't really make sense for if Roman's not leaving with the belt.
Right.
And I was just like, if he wins, he probably low-key signed something.
Yeah.
Because he stated before that he wants to have this be his final contract, but maybe he signed a 1-2 year deal, not like a 4 or 5 year deal on what most of the wrestlers would have.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
my whole thing is I hope he doesn't hold the belt hostage.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an interesting storyline because there's a twist in the bloodline saga. Because he coerced his cousins again.
Right.
He sweet talked the Usos.
Right, and like
he straight sweet talked them. He was like, he got them back in with him. They were all against him all the time. He was like, I need you, baby. I need you, baby. I need you, baby.
I think the Bloodline storyline at this point is just being straight recycled. It feels like we're going back to 2015. We have Liv Morgan, we have Rhea Ripley as champion, we have Roman Reigns as champion. Like Cody Rhodes wasn't here during that time period, but like we have a lot of the same champions, and we're going back to a lot of the same stories.
Yeah,
and like seeing that in 2015, 16, seeing it now, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not interested in seeing the Usos with Roman anymore. I'm more interested in seeing the NFTs go against the Usos or go against Roman, and then having what happens when Roman beats Jacob and Jacob acknowledges Roman.
Yeah, one thing that WWE have to do is when they have factions, they have to like stick with it, because AEW, when they have factions, like the Don Callis family, right. My man has a whole basketball team. Don Callis family is huge.
Right.
And the thing is, each week he can enter. You're fighting. You're not fighting the same member like the Don Callis family fight each week, but you're never fighting the same members. Like all of a sudden you're fighting a dude he got in Mexico. You're like, where'd he come from?
Right.
Then you're fighting a dude he got from Japan. Like, where'd he come from? Like, and the thing is, there's a lot of factions in AEW, which is good. And the thing is, they're not like breaking or disbanding as much as in WWE. Like they'll have like the MFTs. They're about to break up because of Tama Tonga. You know that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So
I don't get kicked out. Tama's going to become the new leader.
I don't think they should end the MMA. You mean like they should keep somebody? They should keep coming, because the thing with the factions is it gives you people that you can branch off to have beef with other. You mean so that way your faction can have multiple beefs. So that way it's not, because imagine if the MFTs didn't just focus on the Wyatts. Like what if they branched off and was still messing with the Motor City Machine Guns in them?
Right.
You know what I mean? That would have made them. That would have gave them something to do. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. So like,
facts.
If you have a faction or factions, and you have a bunch of people in the faction, you can break the faction. Like you can have a couple of singles dudes in your faction and be like, I'm about to go after the U.S. title. I'm about to go after the Intercontinental title. I'm about to, but if you have, but it gives you people to branch off and go mess with other people, and you'll have more people fighting you. Because if none of the people in the Vision got injured, that's what was gonna. The Vision was gonna be a good example, because they would have had beef. Because they have beef with mad people.
Right.
But then once all those injuries happened, they still have beef with mad people. But it was like now the mad people are like, oh, this Vision is crappy. Right. Like they were getting a beat. Like they couldn't do anything because there was less members of them. Like if the Vision stayed, if Seth Rollins, if it was what it was,
right,
it would have been good, because all the beefs they would have had would have been.
What's gonna happen with Seth and Gunther? Or with Seth right now in his direction.
Seth is about to worry about Braun Breaker. He's still got Vision beef. Gunther's about to start pestering Paul Heyman about Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna do that for like a month or two, pester him and be like, "Yo, I told you I needed a favor, son. And I told you I needed a favor, son. I told you I needed a favor, son." He's gonna be like, "Fine, what is it?" I'm like, "I want Brock Lesnar." So for about a month or so, he's probably gonna pester him and be like, "Remember that favor, homie? Remember that favor?" You know what I mean? So
I was really shocked who was still on the roster after roster cut.
Shinsuke Nakamura?
Obafemi. I mean, not Obafemi, Omos.
Oh, Omos is like their attraction in Mexico.
Yeah.
So that's why they kept him on the roster.
He hasn't been on TV in so long.
He's there.
I didn't mean to say Obafemi, but I was thinking about Obafemi because I was like, it may not be a great match, but I would love to see Obafemi versus Omos.
That could be a reason to bring Omos back once Obafemi starts climbing up the ladder.
Right.
And then they could be like, you know what I mean?
That would be like the Giant versus the Giant at that point. I don't think we've ever seen two.
Because WWE obviously, owns AAA, so that's why they're hiding. That's why I don't understand why I got rid of Santos Escobar or some of these people that could have hit out in AAA. Like some of these wrestlers.
I think AAA's the best product WWE has.
Some of these wrestlers could have went to AAA and did especially Alba Fire. You couldn't send her to AAA.
Right. I think AAA has the best product in WWE right now.
So that's why I don't understand some of it, because like AAA is there. So I mean they have a. So some of these things are just surprising. Oh, there's Zoe Stark. They got rid of her too, but she was all right. They didn't know how to use her.
I liked Zoe Stark. Her too. I felt bad because I saw her injury, that injury she took.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, how is she still alive? I remember watching that and she took a straight DVT, straight her head on that ladder. And I was just like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Then I was like, damn, she was one of the people who got released. I was like, Like, I wasn't, like, looking forward for the comeback, but at the same point in time, I was just like, damn, like.
For me, it's like, you guys have 3 hours of TV time, and you don't use your roster wisely.
Right.
Like, at least AEW kind of uses this roster wisely.
And I heard they're going back to a 2-hour format for SmackDown in August.
Yeah. I mean, it makes no sense for it being 3 hours, because I'm not going to lie, like, it's worthless for me. It's a lot of commercials and stuff.
Yeah. They're only doing it to pump in more commercials.
The only problem, my only problem with AEW is their pay-per-views are like a whole day.
Yeah.
I ain't got a whole day to watch pay. You know what I mean? Like, if AEW pay-per-view start at 7 and you're watching it until midnight, what the hell is that? That's too long for me, bro. My eyes are like, I mean, like, that's one thing about AEW. They gotta do, like, AEW puts on, they give you crazy matches, but they gotta figure out the timing and be like, let's do this in like 3.5 hours, 4 hours. You know what I mean? Like 5, like ending at midnight when you start at 7 is crazy.
A lot about how long the length of WrestleMania used to be. And before it went to like night 1 and night 2, and like looking back, like I've like looked at some of the WrestleManias recently, they're really not as long as everybody makes them out to be.
I agree.
They're like 2-3 hours long. And, like, we were getting quality matches then. I agree with you in the fact that it's like AEW now, it's just like they stretch it out. But when I was watching WrestleMania this year, nothing felt special to me because I'm one person that loves match length.
Yeah.
If the match is more than 25 minutes, like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, I'm in love with the match. I don't care what happens in the match. If that's the length of the match, I'm in love with the match. But the fact being is they told an amazing story and they put on.
That's why I like AEW, because they don't like, you don't get these little quick ticky-tack matches. WWE gave you like at WrestleMania, none of their matches on night 1, except for like a couple of matches, were 10 minutes long. They were
23 minutes.
They were less than 10 minutes long. A lot of these matches.
Right.
That's not good. You want, especially like title matches. Like a title match should definitely go longer than 10 minutes.
Right.
Any type of title. It don't even matter if it's the hardcore title.
There was so little match length this year. Even in like, I liked the CM Punk Roman Reigns match, but like even that, like, it was 32 minutes. Like you're just pushing it enough to where I enjoyed the match, but I wasn't in love with it. I wasn't in love with anything because the aura for WrestleMania felt sucked out. And a majority of that is because I don't want to keep referring back to WrestleMania 40, but when you look back and you see the road to WrestleMania and you see how the road to WrestleMania has deteriorated to 41 and 42 since, there's no storytelling whatsoever. There's no build, or it's just like, oh, we're just going to go to the next PLE. Whatever happens at the next PLE is it.
Yeah, I agree. Their storytelling has definitely gone, downhill for sure. And they have a lot of wrestlers that they can tell stories with too. Like they have a lot of. It's just crazy. Like I said, like the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes thing. Like Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton had a story to tell from their history. Instead, they wanted to insert some jelly and peanut butter. You know what I mean? A jelly roll and a Pat McAfee. I mean, for no reason.
For no reason.
You know what I mean? Like. It's just things like that. Like
when Pat McAfee came out and he cut that promo, I didn't mind the promo. Everybody hated it. I understand why you hated it because of who it came from. I didn't mind the promo though. I thought the promo was pretty good. I was like, okay, like this brings a kind of like new dynamic. I heard a little bit of whispers that it could have been Pat McAfee, but I heard a whole bunch of other rumors as well on who it could be. And
you heard the one about it could have been Vince McMahon?
Yeah. I heard one about Kevin Owens. I heard one about Vince McMahon. Yep. I heard one about John Cena. Like, I heard so many different ones, and I was just like, I did hear Pat McAfee at one point, and I was just like, Pat McAfee really doesn't make any sense. And then when it happened, I was just like, okay, like, it swerved us because we weren't expecting that. But was that swerve worth it for WWE? No.
It
was not.
That's the whole thing. Like, twice now, they try to swerve us with these storylines, trying to bring in their little celebrities, and twice now it's been rejected.
Right.
Like, we're like Matumbo, like, get that out of here. No, not in my house. Not in my house, not today. You know what I mean? Like, twice they tried. They tried it with The Rock, didn't work. Tried it with Travis Scott, didn't work.
Right.
Now they tried it with Jelly Rolls and Pat McAfee.
I mean, Jelly Roll has worked in the past. You know, Pat McAfee.
Yes, yeah. I'm not mad at Jelly. I'm not mad at Jelly Roll. You could use Jelly Roll for something else.
Yeah.
You could have him team with LA Knight. Like, that's, if you're gonna have a celebrity team with someone, it's LA Knight.
Right.
Because LA Knight's the bubbly guy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, have him team with LA Knight and have them fight. Shoot, the division. Have them fight Austin Theory and Thing.
You think Aisha Speed's gonna be more of a like wrestler or more inserted now?
Oh man, he probably might.
Because I know Aisha Speed was training with Randy Orton for a while.
Yes,
to be ready to be like do like wrestling and like be like.
I think
I know he's an athlete. I know we are going to see Aisha Speed versus.
I think we'll see him
in
as
Backlash. We see Aisha Speed versus Logan Paul.
Yeah, or LA Knight. He might have to fight LA Knight, because remember, LA Knight threw his head through a TV.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he did.
He did, but at the same point in time, he's just like, he won brownie points in WrestleMania doing the splash on Logan Paul, though.
Do you think the Usos should have got back together?
I think the bloodline thing at this point is just really washed and recycled to the point where I just feel like it's not that I don't think the Usos should have got back together. It's the fact that Roman never apologized to the Usos.
That's what I'm saying.
And now they're back in the fold.
Because
like nothing happened.
He sweet talked him. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing happened.
He didn't apologize, but he sweet talked him. He was like a girlfriend, like, I need you, baby.
Another thing that I also want to get off my chest about the OTC, and this is a controversial take because I know everybody loves their OTC. Let's be honest. When he was the champion and did hold it during that reign, everybody could not stand him. He was the biggest heel in the company. And it took him losing the championship at WrestleMania to Cody, the biggest babyface in the company, and then Solo coming back as the tribal chief for him to claim his original tribal chief persona. And the work that Solo did to elevate was amazing because
I like Solo. He's funny.
Yeah, he's hysterical, and I don't think Solo gets the credit he deserves.
That's why I think
he carried and made Roman Reigns the babyface.
That's why the bloodlines.
Roman Reigns is the ultimate.
That's why the bloodline's interesting now, because you see, when Jacob Fatu challenged Roman, Jacob Fatu came out yesterday, and the Usos were like, "Yo, you don't want that beef."
Yeah.
Solo came out and was like, "Yo, if you want that beef, we got an army." You know what I mean? So that's why the bloodline thing got interesting, because the Usos was like, "You don't want to do this," and then Solo's like, "Yo, if you do it, you got an army," you know what I mean? So that's why I think it's interesting, because
but it doesn't make sense at the same point in time if Fatu goes back to the NFT.
But think about it. In his mind, he's like, "Yo, I might need an army." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you said, if Tama Tonga takes it over, then it might be easy for Jacob Fatu to be like, "Oh, now this is the," you know what I mean? Like, or.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because if he goes with
Tama Tonga takes over, do you think Solo tries to go back to Roman?
Yeah. He crawls back to them, be like, "Yo, I lost my family. I need to go back to my original family." Yeah, I think that's what happens. I think, I can't even lie. Jacob,
I think
Fatu takes over.
Interesting again.
Fatu and Solo knock heads.
Yep.
And when that happens, Fatu joins with Tama Tonga and them. What's his name? Solo rolls back over with Roman Reigns and them, and it's the Usos, Roman Reigns, and Solo versus Fatu, Tama Tonga, and you know what I mean? Crazy. So that's how it turns around. That's how it turns into a war. You mean? Because they just flip roles. Because Solo goes crawling back to his brothers and things like, "Yo, I was wrong. I picked the wrong family." You know what I mean? They embrace him back in. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And meanwhile, Tama Tonga and them, Fatu joins them. He's like, "Yo, I kind of liked you better than Solo anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so I'm saying, you know what I mean? So that's why this Bloodline saga is interesting, because, I think Heads about to switch roles. Like, I think, you know what I mean? You're going to have a little 360, you know what I mean? Solo's about to, I guess, get kicked out, but not really. Him and Tama Tonga are going to butt heads, and Tama Tonga's going to kind of beat him and, you know what I mean, get him out. So, yeah.
But Solo was definitely the one who made Roman. Roman cannot be touched now. As far like whatever you do, you cannot make Roman Reigns a heel.
Right.
Like Roman Reigns can go out there and low blow the entire roster.
Yeah.
They're just gonna cheer for him.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be like, "Yeah, do it again." And it's just like you hated Roman Reigns for so long. You waited until we got a fake tribal chief to really appreciate the tribal chief that we had.
Yeah.
And now he's the most over character, probably, maybe all time. In that sense.
Yeah.
I don't think Solo gets enough credit.
My other thing is, it looks like they're trying to have CM Punk and Cody Rhodes clash.
Yeah. And I'm just like, wow, so CM Punk loses his title to Roman Reigns, and he goes from Raw to SmackDown to face CM. Like, Cody Rhodes doesn't seem... I'm not interested. I wasn't really interested in seeing Roman and CM Punk originally. I was interested in, like, because, like, but I'm a gigantic
They do have to find challengers for Cody.
Yep.
I guess Drew McIntyre can still be a challenger. I don't know what they're doing with Damian Priest.
Yeah, Damian Priest is being a jobber with...
Oh, yeah, even
R-Truth. What do you think of Danhausen?
I was about to say, All right. I am not mad at Danhausen. I think he works because you need some... Entertainment. You need some backstage antics. You do need some of that. So Danhausen works. He doesn't always have to come out into the ring.
Yeah.
Like, you can do most of it. You can do a lot of his stuff in the backstage.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? He doesn't always have to come out to the... I mean, we don't need to see him all the time come out with his little... We don't need that. But it's cool. Every once in a while. But a lot of this stuff you should do like backstage. Like have him like messing with lights. Like have him doing like various things. Mm-hmm. And his curses are good.
Yeah.
The curse thing is good.
100%.
But you don't need...
entertaining.
And you can have him wrestle here and there, but not a lot. He doesn't need to wrestle a lot.
Yep.
And when he wrestles, you should have those little Danhausen midget dudes. You should definitely have them, because you should definitely have them under the ring during his matches, and they help him win matches. You should definitely use them. So if you're going to use Danhausen, use him sparingly, but you can have him in multiple backstage things.
I think one thing that I noticed is AEW produces better characters than Raw. Mm-hmm. And obviously Danhausen's from AEW, but Danhausen in WWE works because the fact is, like, when you look at something like AEW, you got characters, you know? Back when the Monday Night War was happening, you would have the characters on one show, and you'd have the ones that you were like, okay, these are the serious wrestlers, you know? It's like, I'm not watching Doink the Clown, I'm watching The Undertaker. Mm-hmm. Or I'm not watching RoboCop, I'm watching Kane. Mm-hmm. Because, like, those are some of the things that, like, they went through during the Monday Night Wars. Yeah. Like, they had a RoboCop in WCW, and it's just like that entire uniform couldn't even be used to even, like, take a bump. Like, you could barely, like, walk moving it.
That's so true. But yeah, let us suplex you.
Right.
Or try to. That's wild.
So when I look at that, it's just like, I think AEW does better character development for sure, but I think WWE has lacked character.
WWE was good in character development back in the day, but it just kind of got away from it.
Right. WWE's character development now, it's just not there.
Yeah.
Like, what is the character that you develop now?
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't want to say a gimmick, but, like, it's not something like Jungle Boy from AEW.
Right.
For example. Like,
yep.
Like, that's a gimmick. Like, he's supposed to be, like, a wrestling version of Tarzan. Like, makes sense. You know, the Dracula version of wrestling. Danhausen, like, makes sense when you break it down as far as characters and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, Danhausen can actually wrestle, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, if he couldn't wrestle, it kind of would be bad, because if you had him in segments in the ring and he just gets pummeled, like, oh, but the fact he can actually wrestle, like, oh, you can have him get over on a little bit of people, but, you know what I mean? So that kind of works too.
Right.
So, but if WWE uses him right, which is so far they've been doing all right with him.
Yeah.
But he didn't need to come out at WrestleMania. He didn't need to.
He didn't.
But
he wanted his little moment.
But that segment worked because the Miz is the
Miz and him have good chemistry.
Yeah, and the segment last night where he was at the Miz's house.
Yeah.
That is what you need to do. That works.
It's hysterical.
I'm telling you, last night when he was at the Miz's crib, that was funny. He was like, "Oh, the Miz." He's like, "Hey," you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or him interrupting the wedding. That one was funny.
That's what I'm saying. That stuff is
very evil, very cursed.
That stuff is good. Like, he was in the dude's pool. He's like, "Yo, I'm not in your pool." He's like, then he turns around, "I'm over here." He's like, "Wait, I thought you were in my pool." He's like, "I told you I wasn't in your pool."
It's funny when you see like the whole pyro thing that he does. It's just like it poofs or the lights go out, and it's like he hasn't made it. It's just like you're so used to seeing that they disappear. It's just like like he's still blatantly there. And that's
yeah, but he works.
He does. He definitely.
If WWE can continue to use him right, he'll last for a little bit.
Yeah,
because you do need
like he's had a brutal indie career.
Yeah. And
that's why he doesn't get the wrestling.
Do you think Orange Cassidy would work in WWE? I don't think they would get it in WWE. I think that's why he works in AEW.
I think there's certain superstars that are in AEW that would work in WWE, and I think that there are certain WWE superstars that work better in AEW.
I agree.
But I don't think Orange Cassidy would work in WWE.
No, they wouldn't get it. I don't think they would get it. They get it, and I think AEW fans and that type of wrestling thing, I think they get it.
One of the last questions I have here is, who do you think is the best who do you think are the best factions in wrestling all time?
All time? The Four Horsemen.
Yep.
I like the Generation X.
Okay.
Bullet Club.
Right, it gets tricky.
Yeah, it's tricky. Well, there's two that I like now, so I guess So I like the Don Callis family only because there's so many people in it. I can't even lie. You gotta give that dude Don Callis credit. He got mad people and he'll talk smack and just send hey dude, he's like Shredder when he sends you know what I mean, like the foot soldiers. It's wild. He got dudes from Mexico. So I like the Don Callis family.
What's your shirt?
So many of them, and obviously I like the NWO, but. I like the Hollywood version, but I'm not gonna lie. I like the Wolfpack version. I like the version when Kevin Nash broke them away. I like that version better than the NWO Hollywood version. When it was Kevin Nash, Lex Luger, the red face painted Sting, Conan. Miss Kurt Hennig was on there at one point. I even think they got Scott Steiner on there at one point with them, but he was Hulk Hogan's boy. Yeah, and there you have it. Yeah.
Sweet. I was definitely expecting a couple of those. For me, I think it would probably go DX, NWO, and then I want to say Evolution.
Yeah, Evolution. Yeah, yeah. Evolution. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that theme song. That theme song was fire.
Yeah, it was.
That theme song was fire. I was like, oh. Would we consider the High Foundation a faction?
Yeah.
I like the Heart Foundation with all of them. The British Bulldog,
Yep.
Brian. Yeah, so I would go Heart Foundation too.
Okay.
I like them.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. So I'm gonna hit at you with the last question that I ask all my guests at the end here. What do you have for dreams and goals for yourself moving forward?
Well, in terms of dreams and goals, my goal is to continue this process of getting out quality randomness to the people, whether it be through podcasts such as this or through my radio show. I want to continue to, let the community and people know what's going on, and I'll just give my take on a couple of things, and I'll just continue to mind my own business and do my own thing, which hopefully people start to notice and pick up on and want to be a part of and join the movement and see what's randomly happening in the world. And hopefully I can be a part of bringing that to you guys as I continue to do that. And a big dream of mine, I really want to try my hand at sportscasting. Like I've always wanted, and the thing is, I've always wanted, I want to do sports, and I've also wanted to be a wrestling announcer. You know what I mean? I've always wanted to do that too. So I've always in my head, I'm like, I know there's like local wrestling and things. So in my head, I'm like, if I went and talked to people, like, hey, I know enough about this, maybe I can be an announcer or something.
I know a couple local wrestling things. After we finish this podcast, I can send you some links.
Oh, that works. Yeah, because I
know the next couple weeks there's some wrestling events coming up and stuff.
See, I might have to check this out because if I can get in the local scene, and since I know what's going on, but can I be an announcer or something like?
Yeah, I'm working on trying to be in working on trying to be doing local scene. I did the Drunk DJ a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
He does DJing for Focus Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
And Focus Pro's doing an event tonight and stuff. I was supposed to do episode 8 with the Focus Pro champion.
The actual heavyweight champion?
Yeah.
There you go.
Scheduling's kind of messed up right now, but we're going to end up doing that episode towards the summertime.
Nice.
So episode 8 is going to come.
Nice. He got the Focus Pro champion coming. That's what's up. I ain't mad at you.
I met Alvin Hines from UFC yesterday.
Nice.
And he's an unbelievable guy. And when I was watching one of his UFC fights, and this man landed 500 punches in his fight, and I'm like, bro, there's boxing matches that both guys together don't hit the person 500 times.
I guess his opponent was just a punching bag, right?
Right.
He's standing there hit me 500 times, I dare you. And he's getting tagged on.
Facts. So it's just that was a pretty cool experience.
Nice.
So.
But yeah, appreciate you having me on. I appreciate Woke to the World.
Hell yeah, man.
Hope the people stay woke to the world, because I'm telling you, this podcast is going places.
It is. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you stay tuned, stay woke. We'll see you at episode 11.
Random Banter Radio, 104.9 FM, Saturday nights 9 to 10. You know the deal. Keep calm and banter on. Gotcha.